and I'll coach the way that you kind of allow me to coach. That's not the answer that I wanted from that question at all. Given what you've been through over the last decade with the coach that you have, and then listing the two traits that he possesses as the two most important, that terrified. That's part one. And part two is this. I've seen it mentioned from enough people who know Jerry Jones and or Jason Witten that I now believe this. I'm not saying Jason Witten's about to be the head coach of the Cowboys. I believe to Jerry Jones, he's absolutely a candidate. To Jerry Jones, that doesn't make it a good idea. It's probably a terrible idea. But I think to Jerry Jones, Jason Witten, as he walks off the field, is a candidate for head coach of the Cowboys.
Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being horribly terrified, 10 being greatest hire ever.
1.
Where would Jason Witten be if the Cowboys hired him as the head coach?
I'd be at a 1, and maybe it would work. I have no idea. But do I think that he has intangible qualities you want in a leader? And do I think he's smart enough at football to be a coach? I do.
What the fuck?
But do I want somebody like he talked about Garrett. He had a guy that learned on the job. I hired a guy to coach the Dallas Cowboys to learn on the job.
And that guy was at least a coach before.
Right, and he was a coach.
Like he actually
so now we're talking about a guy who's not a coach and has never coached. And I'm telling you, you hear it from people who know Jerry Jones and people who know Jason Witten, that Jason wants to coach, and everything you know about Jerry says that Jason is absolutely a candidate. Do I think it'll happen? No. Is he a candidate? Absolutely.
Is he a candidate for offensive coordinator?
Oh, no.
I don't even know what would his offense look like.
Oh, God.
I don't even know. Is it just Y option? Is it over and over? Legitimately, I don't know. I mean, surely he has the knowledge to do that. He's a tight end, right? So he has to know what the entire line is doing. He has to know all the routes. He has to know the reads. He has to know all these different things. And I think Jason Witten has a football mind. There's no doubt about it. But having never coached, yet I believe it.
So
I believe that. I believe if he wants an interview, he gets an interview for the head coaching job of the Cowboys.
So the first part that he said was loyalty and work ethic, okay? And then Broadus sort of got him to expand on it. Did the second part of the answer where I guess he was basically saying, like, guys that don't go off of what they learned in school. Like, it's funny because he was describing Garrett in the first part, loyalty and work ethic, and then the second part was describing not Garrett, right? Like, the guy that sits in front of the class.
Right, Garrett would be in the front of the class. He would not have dropped out his freshman year.
Right, guy that sits in front of the class, gets an A on every test, teacher loves him.
But he also talked about how once you start going out too far outside the lines, there's too many people. Well, Witten's been inside the lines in the NFL for the last 40 years. He's been playing tight end for the Cowboys for 40 years, so it's not a long walk to the sideline. But he's right here inside the game.
Did you think that the second part of the answer changed? Did the second part of the answer change your opinion on the first part of the answer?
Yeah, it made me feel a little better about the reason that it got my antenna up so much was because he took time to answer. Like, for audio purposes, it's kind of been squeezed together, but he wasn't ready for that question. And so he sat there and he thought, and he said work ethic, and then he sat there and he thought, and he said loyalty, and he sat there and he put thought into it before he said, and I'd stop there. That's it. Those are the two things I look for. And I'm like, that sounds like a guy who's still hurt from Jimmy Johnson. You have to work hard, but you have to be loyal. You can't try to snatch up my credit. You can't, it's my show. Be loyal to that. Be loyal to this brand and work hard.
So that, by the way, that guy's going to hire Urban Meyer to be his next head coach?
Maybe. Urban hadn't been coaching. Maybe Urban's willing to take those terms.
He's not exactly loyal. Would describe Urban Meyer as being
He's loyal in 3-year increments.
He's loyal until his health takes...
All right, I've had enough. Here we go, guys. Friday. TGIF. Now, it's a coincidence because the title of my stream is about Witten and Amari Cooper. I didn't know that they were going to be talking about Jason Witten trying to be the head coach. Now, I think that's just talk, maybe rumor. I'm not going to put too much stock into that. I'm not really worried about that right now. I really don't want Jason Witten to be the coach of the whole damn team. Tight ends coach, yeah. Now let me get to that. Let me get to my show first, my topic first. All right, guys. It's Friday, 5 down, none to go. Weekend's finally here. Another short week next week because it's New Year's, bringing in the new year. So I'll work Monday and half a day Tuesday and be off Wednesday again. So next week is going to be an exact replica of this week. This past week, whatever you want to call it. All right, guys. Dallas Cowboys, Redskins. I'm not doing a review. It doesn't deserve one. I'm going to watch the game, but I'm not going to put too much stock into it. I'm not going to put too much hope into it. I don't trust this team. I'm disappointed in this team. I'm pissed off at this team. They've really shown me their true colors this year. What I'm going to talk about two guys. And let me go ahead. I'm going to save Witten for last. Let me go ahead and get Cooper out of the way. Amari Cooper. He's one of those guys where he makes you frown when you say his name. You get that kind of that kind of face. I don't know how to feel about this guy, man. I really don't. Let me go down this street real quick with you. Let me go down this street. Amari Cooper hasn't had a bad year. He really hasn't. Amari Cooper actually is ranked number 11. He's ranked number 11 in all of wide receivers. Stat-wise, he's ranked number 11. He's got 75 receptions. He's got a little bit over 1,000 yards, 1,097 yards, and a 14.6 average and 8 touchdowns. That's not bad. That's not that bad for a receiver. Now, as much as we've been on Amari Cooper, how he's been quitting, how he's been giving up, those are pretty good numbers if you average everything out. Him being ranked number 11 out of all the receivers in the NFL this season is pretty damn good. He's over 1,000 yards, which is pretty good. 14.6 average, 8 touchdowns. I think touchdown-wise, he's number like 7 or 8. I forgot who's leading in touchdowns. He's the leading receiving touchdowns number. He's only got 11, so he's not that far back. His numbers wise, he's okay. He's had an okay season, but what we see as fans on the outside looking in, what we have seen, Amari Cooper is supposed to be our number 1 receiver, guys. He's supposed to be a guy that we can go to on 3rd down and move the chains. He's supposed to be a guy that in the red zone, very dangerous. He's supposed to be a guy, on our own 20-yard line or our own 30-yard line. He's supposed to be a big play, Michael Irvin, Jerry Rice type guy. He's supposed to be our superstar receiver. And hey, just like Michael Irvin used to say back in the day, I'm the playmaker, man. Throw me the rock. Give me the ball. I'll take care of you. He's supposed to be one of them guys where all else fails, he'll get open. Like, seriously. He'll get open. But he hasn't been that when it counted. Now, the games that we won this season, he's been amazing. 80 yards here, 80 yards there, 100 and something yards here, 1 touchdown there, 2 touchdowns there. Average 15 points so-and-so here. So is Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup he's our number 2 guy. Michael Gallup is 1,009 yards, 15.1 average, I believe, and 4 touchdowns. So he hasn't seen the end zone as much as Amari Cooper this year. But he's been more into the game than Amari Cooper. Now, what scares me, what really scares me about Amari Cooper, guys, is his attitude. They took him out of the game against the Philadelphia Eagles because he just wasn't fair. He was not in tune with the rest of the team. You can tell him and Dak wasn't on the same page. He only had 2 receptions for 24 yards in that game when we needed him the most. We needed Amari Cooper in that game. And he just wasn't there. He didn't show up. Now, that's what scares me, because the Raiders had Amari Cooper at first, but they got rid of him. They let him go. Is that the reason why? Is it because his attitude isn't there? Is it because he gets shut down by a pretty good corner and he'll just give up? You know, I don't know. Is it because of the scheme? Is he giving up? Is he giving up on the vanilla play calling of Kellen Moore or Jason Garrett or whatever? It's just something mentally wrong with Amari Cooper. Physically, now I don't know. He's been off and on out of injuries this whole year. He's been battling injuries. You can tell that some games he wasn't 100%. Amari Cooper, to me, at the first part of the season, and still now, I think he's one of the best route runners in the game. He can get open on the drop of a dime really quick. But when we needed him, he just wasn't there. And I just don't know. They already talking about contracts and what type of contract he should get, 5-year deal, this and all that crap. I don't know. I can't really talk that. I'm not on that subject with Amari Cooper yet, man, because I just don't know where his head is mentally. He's just, I don't know. Maybe if we got a new coach in here, and, you know, same thing for Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is his rookie season. I talked about Kellen Moore yesterday. It's his rookie season as offensive coordinator. So maybe give him another year under a new coach, under a new scheme, and maybe things will be, you know, a little better for him. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about Amari Cooper. That's what I'm pretty much thinking about this whole team in general, offense and defense. But I'm talking about Coop now, guys. He's had some of the best numbers that a receiver could have this season. He's number 11 out of in the power rankings, guys. That's not that bad. You give it up, Philly Cowboys. What's up, man? Hey, thank y'all for joining me, man. I saw South of Heaven 88 in here, man. Make sure y'all check him out. He got the jerseys, any jersey you can get, custom made, doesn't matter. Any name on the back, whatever you want, he can get it to you, man. Make sure y'all take care of South of Heaven 88. I'll get to y'all in a minute. I'm driving. I can't really focus on the phone too much. But, yeah, man, those are just my 2 cents. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Amari Cooper. Write it down in the comment section, you know, during or after the stream. But I like Coop. I still got faith in him. But it's hard to have faith in somebody when you don't know when they're gonna you don't know when they're gonna check out. And I haven't all season. I don't know if Amari Cooper is gonna check out. Like you can tell he checked out of that Philly game. You can tell. You can tell he checked out of that Philly game. He wanted no part of that Philly game. He gave up. You can tell. What's up, Dave? Eric is out Sunday with Ertz. I'm sorry. Ertz is hurt. Wow. I'm still not gonna. I don't know. I don't know. Like I say, man, I don't know. I just hope the Dallas Cowboys go in. We win our game, you know, and we'll see what happens after that. But I don't have my hopes up, man. Yeah, those are just my 2 cents on Amari Cooper. I don't know about y'all, how you guys feel about him. I would love to know. But I don't trust him. I believe in him, but I don't trust him. And trust goes a long way when you're talking about a player, NFL player. You got to be able to trust your guy. You got to be able to depend on your guy to pull you out of certain situations. And I don't know, Dak sat out of practice again today. He hasn't been practicing full speed. He hasn't been practicing, you know, full practices. So you can tell something was really wrong with that shoulder. So that lets you know why. Although I know Dak is not the most accurate quarterback in the world. I know he's not the most consistent quarterback in the world. But Dak's been pretty good this year. His numbers speak for it. So I'm not just gonna bail out on Dak, you know, because he's still our quarterback. I still want him to be successful, and we still got another game to go. So, but that lets you know right there that he wasn't 100%. That's why you saw a lot of overthrown balls and things like that. Because your shoulder, you need your shoulder. That's a part of your throwing motion. You need that as a quarterback. So, you know, I'm just going to take it as that, you know, and take it with a grain of salt and just move on. And but let me go ahead and get to Witten while I'm running my mouth. Jason Witten. Jason Witten, guys. Let Dak heal up. Yeah. I know if the Dallas Cowboys are gonna do that though, because they need him this game. They still trying to make the playoffs. They still think we have a shot. You know, they still think the Eagles could possibly lose to the Giants and we get in the back door of the playoffs. It is a possibility. Nothing's impossible. I always preach that all the time. Nothing's impossible. It could happen. Who knows? They said it might be. They said there's going to be a team that's going to get upset this weekend, and they said it might be the Eagles. So who knows? We'll see. I think the Eagles are on a roll right now. I think they're the better team, obviously, than the Giants, and you know they shut us out pretty good. So I think they're the better team, and I think they're going to pull it off. But what do I know? You know, yeah, I don't think they're going to sit Dak out because he's he's our best opportunity to win. I mean, our backup quarterback sucks. So now if you're trying to lose, if the Dallas Cowboys don't care about the Washington Redskins game and they don't care about trying to go into the back door of the playoffs, then go ahead and sit him out and rest him, you know, whatever. But that's just my 2 cents on that. But anyway, guys, let me get to Witten real quick. Witten got to go. Witten. Now, I'm gonna shoot you some more stats, and you're not gonna believe it, but I'm gonna shoot you some more stats. Jason Witten didn't do a bad of a job either this season. Jason Witten is actually ranked number 14 out of all the tight ends this season. He had 59 receptions for a little bit over 5. He had 505 in yards and 8.6 average. 8.6 average, guys, with 4 touchdowns. Those numbers are not just that bad. Now, I'm not saying, oh, keep Witten. No. I believe Witten needs to go ahead and retire. But Witten has done some good things this season for this organization. And he's done some bad things, too. He's dropped some important balls to move the chains. He dropped a very important pass against the Philadelphia Eagles this past Sunday. They really pissed me off. And they were talking about, y'all just heard it. They were talking about Jason Witten being a leader and all that stuff. Where was this leader against the Philadelphia Eagles? Where was this leader, you know, when we went on that 3-game losing streak? Where was this leader then? You know, I get he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. Going to go down as probably one of the best tight ends in history, in Cowboy history. His numbers speak for itself. I mean, he's got the numbers, you know. So he's played for a long time, so he was able to rack up those numbers, and he's going to the Hall of Fame whether we like it or not. But his leadership, I question his leadership to this team. I believe he's been a positive influence, but as far as a leader to take leaders, to me, they take control on and off the field. They make a big impact on and off the field. Where was he when we were getting our asses kicked by the Eagles? He wasn't moving the chains then. Now, is that all his fault? No. Play calling, Dak Prescott not being 100%, players hurt, scheme. You know, there's so many other things you can look at, you know, on the reasons why guys couldn't contribute in that last game against Philadelphia. But I think Witten should retire and maybe come back and be a tight ends coach. That's just my opinion about it. Witten is I believe he can really teach some guys up. Blake Jarwin is an exceptional tight end. He's shown that his ability is very good. His yards after the catch are outstanding. He's more athletic. Obviously, he's younger, and he has his whole career ahead of him. And I believe he is a better tight end right now than Jason Witten. He is the future, and I think Jason Witten being there and taking away some of his reps has hindered him from developing even more than he already has. So I think Witten needs to go ahead and step aside, maybe come back and be a coach. Head coach? No. I don't think. No. Jerry Jones saying he needs somebody that is faithful. So that lets you know that he wants another puppet in here, like they just said. Y'all heard it. So I don't know what's next for this organization. I do know what this organization needs. Now, yesterday, I talked about Chris Richard and Kellen Moore. I said I wanted both of them gone. And I still kind of stand by that to a certain extent. Because I got to thinking, you talk to other people. 1980 ain't always right. I'm not always right, guys. And that's the beauty of sports. Because you talk to other people, everybody has an opinion. Everybody want to get on here and be right all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be right. Sports, you're never going to be right. You're never going to be right. So you might as well hang it up. Hang it up, man. I'm sorry. Just hang it up. But you talk to other people, other fans, other brains. I pick other people's brains. And they have good points. So I was able to think about it long and hard today, what I talked about yesterday. And I said I wanted them both gone. Now, let me start off with Chris Richard. I've been really disappointed in his coaching this season because obviously he was in charge of the secondary guys, and he teaches his guys not to turn their heads when the ball is in the air, play on the man, not the ball, and that's not me. I'm the complete opposite. I'm a defensive guy, and I'm the complete opposite of that. Now, Chris Richard also came from Seattle with the Legion of Boom, so he kind of had all the pieces to the puzzle with the Legion of Boom. He was able to, get the job done there because he already had the talent there. What can you teach the Legion of Boom? They're already stacked. So why did the Seahawks, you got to go back and say, why did the Seahawks why did his services with the Seahawks are no longer required? You got to go back and think about that. And he comes here, and it's a younger team, younger defense with all the potential in the world. And we're thinking, okay, he's going to revamp this defense and do this. But he can only do so much because regardless of how much influence he had on the Legion of Boom, he can only do so much because it's still Marinelli's scheme. You get what I'm saying? It's still his scheme. So he can only do so much. So why not bring him back next year with a new defensive coordinator? Get rid of Marinelli. He needs to go. His defense is outdated. It has holes in it. We proved it last week trying to stop Philly, and we couldn't stop him. So there's no trickiness to it. They know when when we blitz at time, they know who's blitzing. They know who's coming. There's no disguising it. It's just straight up nickel, straight up 4-3, Tampa 2, right in your face. That's it. There's no trickery to it at all. It's very basic. And it's outdated. Gotta go. We need somebody to come in here. If you're going to move Chris Richard up to be the total package, go ahead and let him do it. Maybe he can, change it up a little bit and, do his own thing. So I said, no, go ahead and keep Chris Richard. Let's see how he can do without Marinelli. Same thing with Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore did a good job this year, if you think about it. We scored 44 points some games, 20-something, 30. We've averaged 30 points a game this season. There have been times where we only scored 12 points. We scored 9 points against the Eagles. But I think the Dallas Cowboys scored 28 point or 29 point something points per game, which is not bad at all. We've actually gotten to the red zone and scored this season. It's a totally different ball game from last year. You get what I'm saying? So there is hope. But still a little hope in Kellen Moore. Now, there have been games where Kellen Moore has been kind of Linehan-ish, kind of vanilla-ish. But there's been games where he's been on the money, very creative, So I feel with those two pieces of the puzzle, get Linehan out of here. I'm not Linehan. Get Marinelli out of here and Garrett. Get those two guys out of here. Those two pieces out of here. And I think we'll be okay. We still got a lot of positive talent on this team. Like, seriously. And we just need somebody to exploit it. Obviously, you got to stay healthy first. with losing Van Der Esch really kind of hurt us a little bit. Van Der Esch was very consistent. We lost that consistency in the linebacker core. And Van Der Esch was in. So by losing him, it hurt us. Defense wins ball games, guys. This defense, and a prime example, look at the quarterbacks who won against us. The Chicago Bears. We made this quarterback look good. The Bills, we made that quarterback look good. I mean, really, guys, like, those should have been easy wins for us. But the coaching has hindered us. The lack of creativity on both sides of the ball, well, especially on the defense. I'm talking about the defense, really. The lack of creativity on the defensive side of the ball has hindered us. Being able to disguise blitzes, blitz formations, not being able to disguise blitz formations has hindered us from being a good defense. So it's just, those are just some things I wanted to talk about with you guys. Yeah, our defense is okay, but not good enough. You know, we lost. You know, I know Football News, bless his heart, he was talking about our defense on the round table after the Eagles game. Oh, our defense is good, man. I'm like, but we lost. Apparently it wasn't that good because we lost the damn game. You know what I mean? So, offense didn't score. Yeah, offense couldn't score. Exactly, they couldn't score. Only person that scored was our kicker. Witten thinking about coming back. I know I heard the interview this morning, and he said he's not quite sure if he wants to retire now. I'm like, no, man, bro, you need to, if you're hurting the team, because Witten dropped a lot of balls this season. His numbers aren't that bad, but he dropped a lot of important balls this season that, you know, Jarwin probably would have caught. And serious question. What's up, Drew? Serious question. 1980. Dallas does not believe in that. I don't know. A lot of Cowboy fans don't believe in awesome, man. And there have been games where Dak is, you know, so I can't really say that I'm one of those fans that do not believe in Dak at all. Organization-wise, I think they do believe in Dak. They love Dak, man. They support Dak. Dak's always been an ugly winner to me. Dak's never been just really consistent, but he's never been just god-awful either. Dak's had his games where he's been, like Football News, my boy Football News said, he's a shoelace quarterback, throwing balls at the shoelaces, overthrowing them. I believe that injury, his shoulder injury, really hindered him in last week's game against the Eagles. Really hindered his performance in that game, had a lot to do with it. But also, you can't blame Dak fully on that loss, because guess what the Eagles did? They forced us to be one-dimensional. They forced us to be a pass. And if you keep passing the ball, 9 times out of 10, something bad is going to happen. You get me? If I keep, same thing for the run. If I keep running Zeke, every play, every down, 9 times out of 10, he's going to fumble. 9 times out of 10, y'all are going to blitz, and he's going to lose the ball. Lose yards, 5 or 10 yards in the backfield. That's just, it happens. The Eagles forced us to be one-dimensional last week. And we were pass. There's going to be an overthrow. There's going to be a short pass. There's going to be an interception coming up sometime. So that's what happens when you become one-dimensional and you're a passing team. Something bad is bound to happen. Y'all, man, look at y'all. Kay Robinson, what's up, girl? Boy, Hey, man, she give me the hardest time, guys. She, boy, man, I've given them props. I've given the Eagles props. That ain't good enough. They want blood, guys. How about how he looks with Zeke? You are not always going to have. That's true. That is true. I agree with that. I gotta drink some water. I've been talking too damn much. I agree with that. There's been times where Zeke has been out and Dak has looked like trash. I agree. I think this year you can't really say that though, because Dak's numbers speak for itself. Dak has shit. His numbers are actually better than Aaron Rodgers this year. So he's been throwing the ball downfield. Last game, I admit, last game, Dak was overthrowing guys, underthrowing guys, but there were a lot of passes. If you go back and look, well, the ball hit the guys in the numbers. The balls hit the guys in the hands. They didn't catch him. So it ain't all on Dak. Dak, I remember where Amari Cooper actually gave up on a route and he stopped running a full route. And Dak threw the ball to him and it hit him. He just put one hand up. If he would have put two hands up, he would have probably caught it. But he gave up. So there's so many ways you can look at why things went wrong. With you really, it's too many guys on the field to blame one guy. You can't blame one guy. Now basketball, you can do that. It's only 5 motherfuckers on the field. I mean, on the court. Well, 10 if you count the other team. But you know, if Jordan stopped playing, if Jordan stopped, shooting, if Jordan stopped, making plays, drawing the defense, drawing the double team, the Bulls are going to suffer. They're going to suffer. So you can blame Jordan. You can blame Scottie Pippen if he stopped playing defense. You can blame one guy then. But football, you can't. It's too many other guys. It's too many responsibilities at one time on the field to blame one guy. And that loss wasn't all on Dak. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. That was a out-coached, out-schemed, everything. That was a team loss. Yeah, if you want to dig even deeper, that was a front office loss. Shit. For still having Garrett as a damn coach. Dwayne, what's up, man? Cooper is soft. Yeah, I kind of want to be wrong about Cooper, man. I kind of want Y'all Cowboy fans thought we had the triplets again. Well, we wanted that. Of course, we wanted that. You know what? With you saying that, man, everybody who's a fan of football, whoever their team is, they want the best for them. We're not going to. This is what Cowboy fans are not going to do. Let me let you know what's going on with Cowboy fans. We get it's been 25 years. We get that. We honestly, we do. We know better than y'all do. A lot of y'all wasn't even alive when we were winning Super Bowls in the 90s. You get what I'm saying? So we get that. All we want is what's best for the team. We want to win just like anybody else. We want to win just like the Baltimore Ravens, like the 49ers, like the Green Bay Packers, like the winning teams in the NFL right now. We want to win just like them. We're not going to give up. See, we're not going to give up on our team just because we haven't won a Super Bowl in 25 years. That's not what we're about. We're not going to say, we lost against the Eagles. Fuck the Cowboys. We're not going to do that. We're going to continue to support our team regardless if you think it's delusional or not. We're not going to give up. Okay. Cleveland Browns. Let's talk about the Cleveland Browns real quick. They ain't never won nothing. But they out there representing the dog pound, all that shit every week. What about them? Are y'all on their channel messing with them? Are y'all gonna go to their page tomorrow, Sunday when they play. You get what I'm saying? I don't get it. Like, what are we supposed to do? What do you want me to do? Just give up? Sorry about that, guys. Lost signal or something. What's up, Robbie? Yeah, but, it's just like, what are we supposed to do, man? Are we supposed to just go off into the sunset and never be seen again? Is the NFL supposed to delete the Dallas Cowboys from the NFL? If they do that, the sales will go down. You get me? Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm yelling because I'm a grown-ass man and this is my channel. That's why I'm yelling. He's talking about what you yelling for, fam? Because I'm grown, motherfucker. What you mean, why am I yelling? How you gonna come on my channel and ask me while I'm yelling? What the fuck? Say, man. People crazy, dog. Robbie, you hear that, bro? Talking about why you yelling, fam? I'm grown, motherfucker. What you mean? Stupid, man. Good thing that motherfucker don't get paid for thinking, dog, because he'll be broke. Shit. Crazy chips and dips, man. But I'm saying though, man, like, am I supposed to give up? I need y'all to watch a Browns game. I need y'all to go, whoever does live streams for the Cleveland Browns or for the Cincinnati Bengals or for the Atlanta Falcons, I'm naming teams that never had a championship ever. Go to their channel and mess with them. Don't mess with us. All we did was win 5 championships. What we do wrong? It ain't our fault. We the #1 topic on the shows. They still talking about the Cowboys. Crazy. I mean, it blows my mind. Like, this guy, one day, I was talking to this guy, and he was like, man, y'all delusional, man. I said, okay, what's the definition of delusional? What do you mean by delusional? Man, y'all just don't want to quit, man. Y'all just think y'all. I'm like, okay, who is your team? And I think he was like a Pittsburgh Steelers fan or something. And I said, okay, when your team loses, do you give up on your team? Well, no. I said, okay, your team, if your team is in the Super Bowl and loses, are you pissed off? Yeah. I said, okay, when your team wins, are you happy? Yeah. Okay, no matter how long it's been since your team has won a championship, you gonna support your team, right? Well, yeah. I said, well, what's the difference between me and you? I what the fuck? Blows my mind, dog. Like, what do y'all want us to do? Like, seriously. But you on my channel, though. If we haven't won a championship in 25 years, if y'all think we just the sorriest team ever, even though we got 5 championships in history, been to the Super Bowl like 8 or 9 times, I think, back in the day. Why are y'all on this channel? Blows my mind. Ain't no way I'm going on another live stream, dog. I can't do it. For what? For what? I got business, man. I ain't man, I ain't about to do all that. Blows my mind. Crazy, dog. I think misery love company. I think that's what it is. You know how you be doing good out in the world and motherfucker be miserable and they want you to be miserable too. Like, why? They might be, man. I don't know. They might be. I don't know. But it ain't my fault Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith, they still talking about it. I would love to anything. I would love for anything to go on one of their shows and be like, say, man, why y'all still talking about us, though? Man, I want to go on one. Hey, appreciate the super chat, Kyle. Appreciate it, man. What up, 1980? I feel you. Cowboy gave up on. No discipline. Exactly, man. I agree. I agree. They gave up big time. They wanted no part of that game. fine. You just won a Super Bowl. That's good. You got one. Matter of fact, I made a video and I said congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for winning the Super Bowl. Their first Super Bowl. Congratulations. You got one. But to be in the conversation to one of the greatest organizations of all time, you got to at least have 3. At least. Get your 3, then you can talk. Get your 3. Then you can talk. You can be in the conversation. But right now, you're not there. And I don't know when you're going to get there. It ain't my job to figure out when you're going to get there. I could care less. I mean, damn. But when you look in the history book and you see teams with the most Super Bowl rings, I'm sorry, but we're up there. I'm sorry. But it ain't my fault, though. You give me, it ain't my fault. They get mad at me. I didn't ask them to win the championship back in the 90s and the 70s. I didn't ask them to do that shit. They just did it. Blows my mind, dog. They got one and don't know what to do. Man. They got one and don't know how to act. I've witnessed 3. I've witnessed 3. I know how it feels. 3 times. I know how it feels. I mean, what do you want me to do? I'm not on here for y'all benefit. I'm not out here for that. And my thing is, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. If you come to a Dallas Cowboy channel, you're gonna get your feelings hurt because we're not gonna say anything for your benefit. Because you're not a Dallas Cowboy fan, you're an Eagle fan. So of course you're gonna disagree with everything that we're talking about. Of course. Of course. You're not a Dallas Cowboy fan. Ding, 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 ding. I'm not gonna say what you wanna hear. The intelligence level of people, man, is gone. It's out there. I'm telling you, it's out there, man. It's gone, bro. Blows my mind. It's just like, I've been married to my wife for, 15 years? And I've had her back for 15 years, guys. I want y'all to listen to this now. I've been married, we've been together longer than probably about 20. Because I'm 40 years old, so we've been together long, probably about almost 20 years, probably. 18, 19, somewhere around there. And, my wife, we've been had each other back for years, guys. Through thick and thin, up and down, whatever. And my wife lose her job. What if my wife lost her job? She lost her job. I'm supposed to just, fuck you, turn my back on her? Like, really? Really? Blows my mind, man. But you on a Dallas Cowboy channel. What the fuck? That's what's funny right there. That's how stupid people look like. What the hell you doing on the channel, man? If you don't have to hear what you don't need to hear. He said, I'm telling Mike, hey, I know we trash right now. I'll say it for you. I don't care. You got to remember, man, the older you get, the less you care about what come out of somebody's mouth. Trust me. Or what somebody type. So, it's just like, it blows my mind that people really think they hurting your feelings by saying, oh, your team is trash. Motherfucker, don't you think I know that right now? I'll tell you before you will. I've made videos talking about what this team needs to work on. I've made videos about what this team needs to do to get better, what this organization needs to do. I'm the first one to do it. They ain't got nothing else to do. Bless their hearts. Hey, y'all just pray for them. Just pray for them. That's what you do. Just pray for them. Blows my mind. And see, I never get on here and get personal. That's one thing I never do. Cause see, I'm a grown-ass man, dog. I ain't got to do that. I never get on here and talk about somebody and get personal and all that shit. I don't have to do that. It's just the internet, y'all. Don't let this internet pump y'all head up, for real. Blows my mind, man. But anyway, guys, we got Redskins coming up. We'll see what's gonna happen with that game. The way we've been playing, I don't know. Like I've been saying, like I'm gonna continue saying, I don't trust this team. I don't know how you can go from blowing a Rams, an 8-5 Rams team out, 44-10 or whatever the score was, blowout, then come back and lose to the Eagles, second and third string guys. So I don't trust this Cowboy team. We got a lot to work on. I don't even think we deserve to go to the playoffs playing like we playing. But if the Eagles lose to the Giants, oh well, we'll see what happens. I don't think they are. They're not going to lose to the Giants, but because I think they're the better team, like I said earlier. But I think Jason Witten should retire, and I think Amari Cooper needs to get the stick out of his ass and start playing and grow up and stop being a little punk and stop giving up on his team, because he can arguably be one of the best receivers in the game. I went over his numbers before I started running my mouth. He's receiving wise, he's ranked number 11 in the power rankings, 14.6 average, 1,097 yards, and 8 touchdowns. So his numbers aren't just bad. He's over 1,000 yards. He's contributed to this team offensively. He's had games where he was unstoppable at times, and then he's had games where he's not existent. Last game against the Eagles, he was 2 receptions for 24 yards. And your number 1 receiver should have the most yards out of anybody, even a running back. So if he's a true number 1, you get me? So, but that's all I got, guys, man. I don't have anything else. And I spend half my time. Y'all pray for them. At least they're at least they're consistent with the ignorance. But anyway, guys, make sure you stay cowboy up and prayed up, because you never know what the dad's gonna bring you. All about your boy.